Get him a treadmill.
Yeah. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. It's Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, minutes and reports received and filed.
None.
Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Admin meeting today at 11:30. Progress meeting tomorrow in the courthouse at 9. MSP-CP meeting Friday at 1. Is that right?
Yeah, are you gonna make that?
I'm planning on it.
Okay. How much, I gotta decide if I'm going to the lake this weekend or not, so.
That's all I got.
Okay. I have a Tri-County Bicentennial meeting tomorrow over at the trailhead of the Katy Trail, which will be fun. Thursday, Leadership Jeff City. I get to go down and speak to their group, tell them about the county. And I'm gonna meet with Mike Lester, who's running for city council at 2:30. And then I'm working on a trip to Pearl Harbor travel package, 3:30. And Cap Region Employee Appreciation Dinner at 5 p.m. Thursday. Friday, the MSP meeting, or else I'll be down at Camden at the lake. And then Monday, we have a census meeting at 9 a.m. at City Hall. That's all I've got.
I do have a DevNet meeting on Monday, the 3rd, at 8:30 over at the assessor's office. And then Tuesday evening is a public meeting for the Business 50 at St. Martin's, their cooperative project. So,
God, Jeff, good week to go. You go. Any commission comments? Bids and contracts. Signing for agreement with Newman, Comley, and Ruth.
The same one as mine.
Oh, yeah.
This is the same one that's put under for my theory.
Okay.
You want to deal with it, want me to?
I can, this is for the termination hearing, or the, sorry, not the hearing that he did. Okay.
Contempt hearing.
Contempt hearing, that's it. Oh.
We
I
had
don't
a-
do this often.
We had agreement in place already.
Right.
But because we ended up having that contempt hearing, Mike needed to do additional hours.
Correct, since the opposing counsel chose to file a motion to hold me or the office in civil contempt over the whole Malin Sunshine Law request deal, we had to have a hearing on that, so.
how much do we expect this is gonna cost?
For the hearing?
Well, how much do we expect we're gonna pay Newman, Conley, and Ruth here?
I think, do you have a better idea?
Well,
You probably-
there's two things going on right now.
Correct.
This is the rest of the Mark Richardson thing.
Okay?
And, I mean, Judge Joyce found that Locke was not in contempt, that
Right.
the office was not in contempt. As far as we're concerned, that's it, and we should get satisfaction at judgment. But the attorney on the other side has vowed that that's not the end of it.
That is accurate.
It says here, unless there is an appeal, I anticipate incurring no more than 5 hours. So, if there is an appeal, we will need to revisit the fees. So, am I to assume that the maximum we would be billed here would be for 5 hours at $250?
On this issue, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mike gives us a special rate too, that's not his regular rate.
Right.
So if there's something more than this, it will be coming back to enter a different
revisit the
agreement.
issue, yes.
Okay. So is this an engagement
I would like to be
letter,
done
or-
with it too, just for
Yeah.
the record.
No, I hear you. I move that we sign the engagement letter with Newman, Conley, and Ruth.
I second. All in favor?
Aye. Go ahead. We want to go ahead and do that updated engagement letter while we're here.
That's the same
Box.
thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, somehow I got put two different things on it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the same.
Do we got discussion of the VAWA grant. Do you wanna?
Yes.
I mean, well, I got you here.
While
We'll just-
you have me here,
Yeah.
we received word back from VAWA with regard to the grant to fund an APA position. I think as Ms. Lesh explained to you last time, we didn't think it was going to cover all of it, but we thought it would cover the majority of a salary for an entry-level assistant prosecutor. We did finally hear back from them with a funding recommendation. That recommendation is $85,791.29 for a period of 2 years. So that would be the total allocated for that 2-year period. Obviously, that's not going to completely fund a position, but it would fund the over 80% of the salary for an entry-level APA position. And to that, and there are a couple edits we need to go back and make on the application. I know Ms. Lesh is working with VAWA in that regard. And so what I would really say at this point is, at some point, we're gonna have to add a new APA position down the road, whether it's in a couple years, 4 years, 5 years, I don't know. I think we should really take advantage of this situation now to get the majority of that salary funded now, because again, it's going to reach a point where we have to add another assistant prosecutor just for the workload. Right now, I have assistant prosecutors who have 1,100 cases, whereas, the public defender's office, they consider themselves overworked at around 100 cases. And so when I've got APAs working, 10 cases to a public defender's 1, while I realize there's a difference in how defense attorneys and prosecutors work their cases, it's still a significant workload, and to basically turn this opportunity down, I think would be a mistake, because we're getting the majority of the salary reimbursed federally at that point. So.
And I think I had talked to her, when she understands that if this goes away, then it's 2 years, right? That
Right.
Yeah, so.
Correct. It's a 2-year grant. They received, they had $3.5 million to allocate for funding nationwide. They received $7.5 million in requested grants. So we didn't know that we were going to get anything. When they came back with the recommendation of 85, almost 86, while it is not the maximum we could have received, it was more than we thought they would probably recommend that we get.
Yeah, I'm good.
So it'll fund about 80%, so where's the other 20% gonna come from?
Well, the question I knew I was gonna get. Obviously I'm paying a significant salary out of our bad check right now. So I would request respectfully of the commission to see if we could get that funded through the county as opposed to out of any funds out of the prosecutor's office. Again, I anticipate we're going to be bringing in some revenue for some of the new cases we're gonna be handling, the delinquent tax cases, things like that. And so if it turns out we're getting enough coming in from that, I would be happy to revisit the issue down the road.
So approximately how much a year are we talking?
So if for a brand new APA position, we start at 50, the funding would cover just under 43 per year of that. So the difference between the 50 and, so, you know, maybe 7,000, 8,000 plus benefits, and that would be it.
So
20,000 a year, just benefits.
benefits is about 20, so it'd be 27,000 a year that we'd have to pick up. Did we include any of that in the budget?
No, we didn't have any idea whether we were gonna get money at all.
Right,
No.
because they weren't able to get us
Right.
the answer in time for that.
You had come and spoke to us about it.
Correct.
And
The
we just,
possibility
we
of it.
just didn't know.
Right.
Whether, yeah.
Right.
So when the award letter comes, we do a court order for the amount of the grant, but then the difference would have to come from contingency at this point.
And again, I mean, my point being that we're gonna have to add the position eventually. I think we might as well take advantage of the opportunity to get most of that reimbursed federally.
Yeah, I think if we get an attorney for $28,000, I don't have any problem.
I think it's a good opportunity. I mean, my concern is, obviously, you think you need another attorney. I mean, I hear that the public defender needs a ton of help so that we can move some cases. I also hear that there's gonna be another judge put on the ballot this year, and so
Correct.
with the judge comes associated positions and everything else, and so we just completed a budget, and now we're basically throwing it in the trash. And so, I think it's a good opportunity. I'm not saying no, but,
Well, and, you know, if it comes back and it turns, you know, that was their recommendation. If it comes back and they say no, obviously the position is not filled immediately at this
Right,
time. And it's gonna
right.
take me a little bit of time to fill that position. Between now and then, if we hear back from them and they do come back with a definitive no, we can just eliminate the position.
right. I mean, obviously, things change and we need to be fluid.
Sure.
So, I'd just like to give it some thought, and I'd like to hear what Jeff has to say about it before we make a decision and move forward, but, obviously, it's a good opportunity.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we will go back to
Okay.
FTEP sole source advertising approval.
We're asking for approval to run a sole source ad in the paper with National EMS Management Association. It's for EMS field training and an evaluation program. It says the amount budgeted is $12,000.
So, and this can't be done anywhere else?
No, the FTAP is a national program. The only thing that we've found so far they're nationally accredited. They just have to be based out of Platte City, but the actual instructor that teaches it's out of, I'm sorry, I can't tell you the state right now, but it's a nationally accredited program, so.
Okay. So when we run the sole source, obviously someone can contest
Right.
the sole source. Okay. I move that we approve running the sole source advertisement.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Do we have any unfinished business?
No, not this one.
Any unfinished business? Okay, accounts payable review,
I'd ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
So moved.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
And that Mike Berry update, that's the same we just discussed, so First reading of budget adjustment number 1.
This is for $3,583.03. This is for an accident that happened with one of the ambulance. No action today. We'll bring it back up in 10 days.
Okay. Engagement letter with Williams Keepers.
So we're getting ready to start the annual outside audit. This is the letter, spells out what our duties are and what the auditor's duties are. Their fee has only increased about $1,000 from previous years, so $50,500 is their proposed fee for the year.
Okay. Are we, I mean, do we just, when, have we rebid this in a while? I mean, obviously,
I
I know
think we're in the second or third year.
Okay.
We do it with the option for 5.
Right, okay,
Since it's a professional service.
right.
But we're either in the second or third year of that 5 years.
Just knew that we'd been with them for quite a while, and I didn't know when the last time we rebid that was, so. But, I mean, they've done a good job, so.
Yes.
I move that we approve and sign the engagement letter with William Keepers.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do we have anything else before we go into closed session?
All right, I move we go into closed session pursuant to section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri for legal action sub 1 and personnel issues sub 13.
Second. Roll call?
Sam,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jeff's absent.
Rock is gonna be here for the legal.
Okay.
Okay.